What's up, fam? This is Dirty Work 54 here with my take on today's news. As everybody knows, Vladimir Putin has decided to invade the Ukraine as an expected move, and the United States has imposed sweeping sanctions against Vladimir Putin and Russia. And I just thought I'd give you my take on what's going on with that whole situation now. Okay. Sanctions. United States imposing sanctions. Okay. I used to work for a place called Industry Secure Center. And before that, it was OACA Residential Center. And we had a way of taking care of our job. We had residents who were, everybody there was under 21 years old. So we were taking care of like high school age students. We called them students, but they were really people who were convicted of crimes and sent away to a boys' detention center. All right. So when the boys would get out of hand and fight and do other things, break property or whatever, we had 7 reasons why we could restrain a resident, put our hands on them, take them down to the floor and restrain them and put a little pressure on them, make them understand that what they did was wrong. And then afterwards, we give them a life space interview and send them down their merry way, put them back into the group. So the kids didn't like being restrained. They hated it. That's the only deterrent that we had was to put the hands on, the muscle. All right? Only deterrent against their behavior, bad behavior. So at a certain point in time, New York State, when the laws changed and rules changed, they were saying, well, you're being too heavy-handed with these kids, putting your hands on them all the time and restraining them. So they took away our aggression and said, what you need to do is sanction them, like the United States is sanctioning Russia for their aggression. Okay, same thing. So when we had a group, we'd have group every day. So we had group and we said, the laws have changed and we're changing we're trying to be less aggressive and we don't want to be heavy handed with these kids. So we told them in the group that from now on they would start getting sanctions. We'd hit them with a piece of paper. You got sanctions. You can't stay up after a certain hour. You have to go to bed. When it comes to being able to go to what they call a coffee house, they had a place called a coffee house where they go and play pool and ping pong and all that kind of stuff. After gym, and there were even sanctions about what they could do in gym. Okay, so we hit them with sanctions. You can't move up. All these different sanctions. So when we told the kids about this in group, their eyes opened wide. They was like, sanctions? You mean we're not going to get restrained anymore? You're going to hit us with sanctions? Oh, let me tell you. I was on a particular building called Algonquin. And when they explained the whole thing about the sanctions to the kids, about not getting restrained and all that, this one kid was like, y'all going to hit us with sanctions? You mean all we get is a piece of paper? And right after group, this kid walks right up to another kid, gets up in his face while he's watching TV and just goes boom, 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 starts pounding on this kid. And, we grabbed him and pulled him aside. And, we didn't restrain him because they said there's too many restraints. Don't restrain the kids anymore. Hit him with a sanction. And this went on for about 2 weeks. The kids was, fighting back and forth. We were wearing ourselves out trying not to restrain these kids, and they was like, okay, hit me with a sanction, hit me with a piece of paper. I'll go to bed early. I don't care. I don't like this dude. So their aggression increased because of the sanctions. And at a certain point in time, after about 2 weeks, The facility director came in. He called all the sentries in, all the YDAs. We were YDAs, YDA 3, YDA 4s. He called us all in and he said, the other shoe has dropped. It's time to put your foot down. Forget the sanctions. This is the way we do it. From now on, the first thing they do, you hit them with a sanction. But after that, the gloves are off. He said if a kid misbehaves or gets out of line or gets in a fight, make them hit the floor like they used to. And what happened? Okay, all of a sudden, there was no more sanctions. Forget the sanctions. We hit them with a piece of paper, and then the same day, before they knew it, wham, they hit the floor. We'd have to restrain them and, hold them on that floor and put a little, add a little muscle to them and let them know that we're there. Okay? If the United States does not let Russia know that we're there, they're going to keep on going all the way across Eastern Europe. And they're going to take back every country that used to be in the Soviet Union. So my suggestion is this, all right? They moved a whole bunch of troops into place. We need to move a whole bunch of troops into place. I know it's not a very popular decision because we just got out of a war, but at this point, the only thing that certain people understand when when they start their aggression is to be met with aggression. I'm not a hawk. I'm a dove. I'm not a hawk. I'm not for starting a war, but there are other deterrents besides just sanctions. All right? We got to take care of our allies over there because if we don't, it's going to fall. Eastern Europe is going to fall, and it's going to be all Russian territory. And sooner or later, we're going to end up getting into war anyway. Why not make a stand right now? Put troops in every NATO country over there and put everything needs to be met with swift reactions. We can't let Vladimir Putin just come in and take over. Sanctions? When the Russians heard that we were going to give them sanctions, they like, sanctions? Come on, man. We prepared for that for 20 years. Why do you think we're doing what we're doing? We've been prepared for them sanctions. Them sanctions ain't going to hurt us. It'll hurt the people, yeah, but it ain't going to hurt us. The oligarchs who run the world, I'm going to tell you something that I think, and this is just my personal view. I have no facts, all right? But the oligarchs that run the world, they're all behind this. And I'm not just talking about the Russian oligarchs. I'm talking about the oligarchs that run the world. The ones that don't want to be seen. You got the billionaires like Elon Musk and Bill Gates and Amazon, what's his name? Bezos. All right. Those ain't the ones. No. Those are the ones that are up front that are making the most money, that they got this little war going on them. Who's the richest man in the world? Yeah. It's not those guys. It's the billionaires that don't want everybody to know what their names are and don't want everybody to know what they're doing. Somehow, the East and the West, they're like, hey, we can make a lot of money off of war. Because what do you make off of war? You sell oil, you sell war machines, you sell bombs, you sell tanks, you sell missiles, aircraft. Everybody's spending money. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. The oligarchs that run the world. They don't care who wins the war. They don't care what country invades what country. As long as they can make another dollar. Trust me. But let me just preface this by saying, that's just my personal view. Okay? I cannot point no fingers because I have not any facts. Cannot make no accusations because I witnessed not one act. Yet even what my own eyes saw are now just memories long gone. They cannot be presented as tangible evidence, so the court moves on and on. You get my drift? All right, that's my spiel for today. Dirty Work 54, Rochester, New York. I'm out. Thanks for watching. Bye.